Welcome to tonight's episode of the Creator Brainstorm Session. And joining me is Peter from Peter Urbanowski. Peter has a channel that specializes in, right now, this is me speaking, specifically looking into editing and the editing software. However, Peter is very versed in a lot of the software that's available to creators. And he may be an excellent reference if you're struggling with anything. How was that for an intro, Peter?
That was amazing.
So I have Peter on because I want to look at a piece of his content and challenge some of my own assumptions and really look at what's happening. So my setup is Peter has created a piece of evergreen content, and it is something I think if any creator is trying to monetize, then evergreen content should be something on our radars. And the question, I guess the first question I would have, Peter, before we even pull up the video itself, is did you know you were creating a piece of evergreen content when you set out to make this?
Yes. I didn't know it was going to become what it became, but I knew it was going to be evergreen content.
Perfect. So you had the idea to create a piece of evergreen content, but you really didn't know how that would work out, right? That's pretty much what you're saying?
Yes.
Fair enough, which is kind of where most small creators are at. If you're thinking about evergreen content, maybe we should explain that in case anyone doesn't know what evergreen content is. And it means that it's as relevant today as it will be 3 years from now kind of idea. Yeah. And maybe he might have to update his evergreen content, but he could still have, like, so say a new update comes out on the software, he could take that same piece of content and say, you know, here's some changes to this video. Like, so he can take this piece of content and it could literally stay out there forever. So it's the content that if you're a viewer, you find and you see, oh, that's 5 years old, but it's still relevant to you today when you find it. That's what evergreen content is. And it's a really good source of watch hours for a channel. So Peter set out to make evergreen content. We're going to pull it up. And this is his thumbnail. Now, the first question I have was, how many, you might not know the exact answer, how many videos would you say you had made roughly? You know, you can just say a lot or very few going into this. So you had been already trying to make evergreen content, correct?
Yes, I'd say around over 80 videos.
So you had at least over 80 videos. And even in this moment in time, are any of those previous 80 videos performing like this particular video?
No.
No. Okay. So you were setting out to make evergreen content. I'm just, you know, laying out how my brain works. And you made 80 videos and they're out there and they're part of your library, but they go out into the YouTube sphere and get the views that they get and die, right?
Yeah.
Is that, would you say that's a fair assumption? I think that's pretty much all of our videos when we're small creators. So this video has performed differently. So I want to look at this and I want to look at it, you know, somewhat strategically, but through a lens of, you know, questions that I have. So your thumbnail, was this a different thumbnail than maybe previous thumbnails?
Yes.
Okay. And so what was different about the thumbnail?
Specifically for this thumbnail, I chose to have the actual effect in the thumbnail itself rather than just going with like a thumbnail with maybe a screen share of the software open, or with like a thumbnail with my face on it and like some words and like shocked animational facial features. I would just like, I'm not putting the face on this one, just the words and the actual design, which is doing the majority of the work in this particular thumbnail.
Yeah, so like for me looking at it is cinematic CapCut PC tutorial, and the thumbnail itself looks cinematic. So it's communicating what they're going to learn without even the title.
Yes.
Yeah, which is very effective, you know, for like, as I'm looking at it. Sorry, I'm taking notes, guys, too, because I need to go back and like look at these notes. So you had this, so you did a different title, thumbnail. And can we pull up what the title is of this video?
Yes, we can.
Or even if you could read it.
The title is Cinematic Text Intro in CapCut PC Step-by-Step Tutorial.
Okay, so that's a pretty long title. And I'm just pointing things out again from my analytical brain. So you have Cinematic CapCut PC Tutorial, and then actually I do want to pull up. I wonder if we can't really show two screens, can we? Can we toggle between two?
Yeah.
All right. So pull up one where we can see your title, because I want to toggle between the thumbnail and the title.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. So I just need to make that a little bit bigger for my eyes, because I'm needing glasses, I'm getting old. All right. So actually, we don't even need to toggle. So you guys, so he's pulled up the video, and we can see that we talked about how this thumbnail was different. It was a different approach for him. And now his title says Cinematic Text Intro in CapCut PC Step-by-Step Tutorial. So what's interesting to me is he used the word cinematic twice. And a lot of times the advice I get is not to have redundancy. But I like that he has redundancy and he's getting results, because that just proves my theory of we can't always believe everything we're told. So
well, if you look at the thumbnail and the title, every single word that is on the thumbnail is in the title.
Correct.
PC
redundancy.
tutorial. Yep, it's all in there.
Right. And that is definitely some of the, again, it's advice that is out there for us as creators, where you shouldn't have redundancy, that you should have the trifecta. Your thumbnail should, communicate visually, and the title should add to that visual. And again, I'm not saying this is the correct advice. What I'm doing is poking holes in the advice that we're given, and actually taking a real example of how Peter had complete redundancy, and this is the piece of content that is turning into his evergreen, his first best performing evergreen content. Is that a fair statement, Peter?
Yeah, and you can even see from the vidIQ tool would only give that title a 67, where there was obviously better titles for the video, and that was the title that I decided to stick with anyway.
Now, why did you stick with it anyway? Do you remember?
Yes, because I wanted the title to be as filled with as many keywords and phrases as I could. And like cinematic text intro, there's one. CapCut PC, there's two. Step-by-step tutorial, there's three. CapCut PC step-by-step tutorial. There's 4. There's just so many different iterations. And if you look at like the best ranking score from vidIQ, how I make cinematic text intros in CapCut PC, it's not really something that people type into YouTube into the search bar. They don't type in how I make. They would type in cinematic text intro because that's what they're looking to create.
Exactly. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that, because you had a strategy for choosing your title, and it went against like conventional wisdom, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. And you did it. And so you did something that you felt inspired to do, and for a very specific reason. And it's paying off.
Oh, yeah.
So the next question I have is, when you first published it, did you know then that you had a winner? Like,
when I first published it, I felt like that was my best video to that date.
That you had made, like that you were happy with making?
Yes, I felt it was the best video that I had produced up to that point.
Excellent. So you were happy with what you made, and you felt confident in what you made, and
Yes.
you made what you wanted to make.
Yes.
So that's, that's like a win-win-win formula. You're kind of like creating your own reality. So can we pull up like the performance? Because I'd like to look at the analytics from impressions point of view. So you're going to have to, go to reach. So look at that. You're at 38.2K impressions and still climbing. So can you go back to, I guess, like drag your little thing over and show us what your impressions were back like on day
so
1?
In day 196 impressions.
Yeah. Now maybe go out a week. Yeah.
Let's have a look here. Right, so 7 days, 577. After 2 weeks, it was 2,307. And it didn't really like start to spike until it got to like here, day 50. I mean, it was still steadily growing, which I was amazed by, because I'm not used to many of my videos getting to 1,000 impressions.
Can you, just so people can see, would you mind maybe just going into your library and pulling up the video before this video, like the previous Evergreen tutorial video you did?
Okay, so that would be this one.
Okay, and then show us the analytics, because I think this is like,
so 94 views and like 1,700 impressions.
So you got 1,700 impressions, but show us that same graph. So the graph was very similar, but go out to, what did you say? It was day 50?
Day 50 was when the spike on the other one really started to happen.
So show us day 50 on this one while it's open.
This one, 1,405.
Excellent. Now, if we go back to the other one.
And then the other one. And then this one. Am I on the wrong one? There we go. This one, day 50, I'm at 10,476.
So you can see that YouTube is promoting it differently. Because the
Yes.
impressions are still coming. So what I'm interested in is, so your click-through rate is 5.3%. Can we,
Yep.
I should write these things down first. So you have, right now, you currently are at 38.2K impressions and climbing. Your thumbnail is at a 5.3% click-through, and you got 2.9K views.
And the if you look, the majority of the traffic is coming from browse features and suggested videos. The YouTube search is only 2.9% of the traffic source for that video.
Right. So the key thing, and I love that you're bringing this up for me, because this is what I've already discovered and learned, which comes back to our distribution problem, is, no, keep scroll back down, is it's the suggested videos. I'm not sure if everyone knows what
Yep.
that means, but that basically means that YouTube has decided to take this video and put it in the sidebar. When you're watching a video, there'll be like next up videos that pop up within the video itself, but then there's a whole sidebar of videos that are suggested to you that you may or may not click on. It's a suggested video, and from everything that I've studied, that's where you need to get your content. You want your content in the suggested videos column, because then suggested videos turns into YouTube. It means YouTube is actually showing your video. So if we can go back to the other one, and I want to show this to everyone else, just because this is like such an amazing thing to see, especially since it's your first one, right? Like that's why this data is so awesome.
So we'll go to, so now this one, the YouTube search is higher,
right?
But the suggested videos is lower.
It's lower. And the thing that you guys got to keep in mind is we're looking at this now on August 20, what day is today? August 27th, right?
Yeah.
And if we had looked at this maybe before that video took off, the other one, his suggested videos might have been at like 8% or 6%, because there is that lift effect that people talk about. His CapCut video is going to start doing a lot of work for him. People are going to get to know him, like his style, and now all that other evergreen content that, you know, his people didn't necessarily watch the same way, or YouTube really just wasn't promoting yet, that's going to start to get promoted. It's going to start to go higher. So we should put a pin in this just for argument's sake. What is your suggested video? It's 16%.
16%.
And what video are you using as our CapCut? What video is this that we're looking at?
How keyframes work in CapCut. Explained simply.
I want to make a note of that, because what will be interesting is to check this a week from now to see how much does the suggested videos percentage grow. That's what I would be looking at if I were you.
Well, this one is 80. This video's been up for 86 days.
Correct.
And the other video, the one that performed very well, has been up for how many days? 75 days.
Right. So you can see that it's clearly outperforming, but the point is that I think the older video, because you had, what did it say, 38 subscribers or 40 something subscribers from this one video?
from this particular video, 39 subscribers.
So you got 39 subscribers, which means 39
and
people.
129 watch hours from this video alone.
Which is awesome.
It is.
So if this is not a good case for evergreen content, then I don't know what is. And this is why, you know, it might be difficult if, like in my space, where if I'm more of a vlog and more of a journey, then the question becomes like, how do I create evergreen content? And if you're, well, if you're a music channel, you're already creating evergreen content. So,
and we
you know,
see,
your content is evergreen because it's music.
In the last 48 hours, this one video has gotten 300 views. Now,
so Peter, I don't think, you know, if this video continues, have you thought to ask Claude at the current trajectory and the rate that this one video is performing at, if you like what it looks like to hit your watch hour goals? Have you even thought to ask Claude that?
No, but I have spoken to Claude about that particular video. We are using that particular video as like a benchmark for the channel to say like, okay, well, this video really started to pick up traction after 50 days. So let's start looking at the other videos after 50 days to see what traction they are starting to pick up from the YouTube suggesting the videos to other people.
Right.
And
so no, but would you be willing to? I would be. So again, my brain goes to, if you need 4,000 watch hours to monetize, can you ask Claude, based on the trajectory of this particular video, current statistics, on just that video alone, when will you hit 4,000 watch hours?
Yeah. Would you like to see that as well?
I would.
Okay. Let's stop sharing that one, and then let us go with this one. So, okay.
So what I've asked Peter to do, and what he's doing right on screen for us, is I've asked him to use Claude to analyze like how this video is performing on his channel. And I have gamified YouTube. So if one of the metrics is 4,000 watch hours, my brain is asking, if Peter does nothing else but just ride the wave of this particular video with how it is producing subscribers and watch hours, what is his timeline? And maybe this is why Peter is cool as a cucumber and isn't at all worried about the monetization part of YouTube.
Yeah, so, I'll get there when I get there.
Oh, you're getting there. See, I already know I have already done well, I haven't really done the math, but I'm mentally doing the math.
See, so the funny thing is, so far, this is my best performing thumbnail.
Yeah. With click-through rate, is that what you're talking about when you define it? Okay.
But I've agreed with Claude that I'm not going to judge a CTR until a video has had at least 1,000 impressions.
Right, because impressions are this is why I keep coming back to, small creators have a distribution problem, not a content problem. we can't really know what our content is doing and how much people like it if people haven't seen it. So that's a very good policy.
No, it's
So
still thinking.
Man, it's taken a long time. Mine can just do it like that. All right, so while it's thinking, and we'll wait for that answer. So what, can you show me the exact question you asked?
Yeah. Based on my cinematic text intro video, if the growth continues on its current trajectory, how long would it take for my channel to reach 4,000 watch hours?
Okay.
So it's projecting channel growth trajectory towards monetization milestone.
So it's thinking. Maybe too many people are asking it the same question.
It could be.
So let's go back to, while we're waiting for that, you can kind of keep that up on a website that's ready to recheck. Why don't we go back to that click-through rate? So I would like to look at the click-through rate from your best performing video, which we know is 5.3%. I wrote it down. So if we can look at that key frames video, the one we've been using as a comparison, and what is the click-through rate there?
Okay, let's go and go here, and then we go here. So the click-through rate on this one is 3.5%.
So the click-through rate is definitely lower because your other video was 5.3%. But to prove your point about click-through rate, can you pull up the one that you said is your best performing thumbnail? So why don't we use this one as a comparison just for ha-has to your other one? So what's the click-through rate here?
7.3%.
So you have 7.3% click-through rate, which means it's but you're saying you've only at 600 impressions. So
so that number could very well go down, or it could stay pretty much the same.
Which is a really important point for small creators as we look at these analytics, because we're told that, improve your click-through rate. And so Peter would look at this video and say, hey, I've got 7.3% click-through. Why is it not going anywhere? Can you show us the overview again? So it's got 69 total views, no subscribers. And where is it at for reach right now? It's only like 600. So you can see that it's like 600, and the argument that I make and have been making, and the problem that I discovered early on, which is why my channel might look so eclectic, is because the impressions are everything. More important than anything else is getting YouTube to show your video.
And I said,
so here's the question. It's a loaded question, Peter.
Okay. Claude has come back to an answer.
Okay, let's get the answer, because I'm dying to see this.
Okay, let's so this one, and then
it takes a little bit of time, you guys, to share and unshare.
So current lifetime watch time on the channel, 416 hours. Cinematic text intro share of this, it's carrying almost the whole channel right now. This month so far, it's added 81 of the channel's 91 total watch hours. Over 85% of August's growth is from this one video, still climbing with no plateau in sight. Last 7 days, 36.8 hours from this video alone, up from 22.5 hours the week before. two honest projections to reach 4,000 hours lifetime, because a single accelerating video gives you two very different answers depending on what you assume. A flat continuation, if the growth holds at August's pace and doesn't accelerate further, it will be April 2029. If it's the 40% a month growth rate continues, then it'll be April, May of next year. Neither is realistic on its own. The compounding scenario assumes a single tutorial's suggested browse reach keeps doubling forever, which never happens. Algorithmic reach for one video saturates once it's been shown to most of the relevant audience pool. So my honest read, if this video decelerates the way outliers normally do, and you land even one more video with a fraction of its performance, 12 to 18 months is a more defensible estimate than either extreme. So
and that's just, I mean, I'm just very interested, because that's always how, my brain backs up. And so this is why, there's such a thing as like compounding growth, and we're witnessing it on Peter's channel in the moment, which is why I really wanted to talk with him and capture this to show not just myself, because I'm curious, but anyone else who's wondering, what does a compounding video look like? This is the example in real time of logarithmic growth, where it's just not like a straight curve. It's going to go parabolic, but like any parabola, like it still reaches like a saturation point, because there's only so many people who need to watch it. However, there are people that will go back and re-watch it, because if it's a valuable tutorial, then they're going to come back and watch it again to get, a second take at it. Kind of like when I watch, when I go back and I use meditation videos and I use workout videos, I'm using the same videos, like different ones throughout the week, but then I rotate back through on a weekly basis. So I'm that evergreen content, like as long as I'm using it and a million other people are using it, it will continue to grow logarithmically. So,
well, that one video in the last 48 hours has got 3 times as many views as my next best performing video has since that was uploaded. Like my next best performing video has, since it was uploaded, has 100 views. And to think like that one, which was uploaded on just over a month ago. So in a month, it has 102 views, and my other video has 300 views in the last 2 days. So it just shows
outperforming everything.
Yeah, it just shows how that all it takes is one video to help your channel grow significantly, and then you just need to try and repeat that formula either with it's very rarely about the thumbnail.
I agree.
You can have the world's greatest thumbnail, but if the content sucks, then that video's not taking off. But I was lucky enough to be able to produce content that people found value in, so that video was shown to more people, and that compounded over time. So now the challenge I have is to create a video that offers the same value or greater value, so that video gets pushed to more viewers. Now, what I'm doing is that video was created using CapCut, and now that I've switched to DaVinci Resolve, I could recreate that video using DaVinci Resolve and compare the two performances.
Sure. So I actually have a question for you. You
Okay.
said that, I'm looking at my notes, you said that you had made about 80-ish videos before this good performing video, and your goal always was evergreen content. And you made this awesome video that's doing so great. And have you tried to recreate this video as of yet, or no?
Yes, I have. Because that video was teaching one specific tip, or like one specific method of achieving a desired outcome. So
Right.
the other videos that I've done have been similar to that, but they have not been either as well produced, or the actual content of the video has not been as interesting as the prior video. So that is why I'm on season 1 of my DaVinci Resolve series. There's 5 episodes. I've uploaded 3 so far, and that's basically taking people from like never even opened DaVinci before, taking them into like opening up DaVinci, importing footage, editing a video, and then exporting it. Just like basic, simple stuff. Once I get to season 2, which will be maybe 2 weeks' time, that's when I'm going to start teaching things like the cinematic text intro in DaVinci and cinematic channel trailers or things like that, using things in DaVinci that CapCut doesn't have.
Yeah.
So
okay. So I have a question. So how many videos have you made since that, I'm going to call it breakout video, because it's not all the way broken out, but it's breaking out. This is like, to me, this is like watching the stock market when I've purchased a stock and I'm waiting for the breakout. And then there's always this like run up to the breakout, and then there's like a breakout. So it's happening.
I've made 8 videos since that, and for the most part, the videos that came after it are performing better than the videos that were before it.
Okay. So which would make sense, right? Because you're gaining more subscribers, which means automatically you do have more viewers. So the thing that I would look at, so can you pull up maybe the very first video you did after your breakout video?
Yeah, let's have a look. So let's go into here and go there. So the next one was this one. How to get more views on YouTube when nobody is watching.
Okay. So so you did this, and it's, again, you used a very similar visual, like you took your face out of it completely. Yeah. Have you done that going forward as a rule, or have you added back your face out of curiosity?
I haven't added back I've added it once, maybe twice. No, sorry, 3 times. But now the last, like for since I started the DaVinci series, I'm moving towards the face out of the shot and just using either the footage from the video to show people, this is the footage that's in the video, this is what you're going to see, and then allowing the thumbnail to do the work. I feel if you've got a thumbnail that's good enough. Your face doesn't need to be on every thumbnail.
No, I'm just like, again, I'm just looking at your strategy
But
and
I think
what, the things that you're thinking and the things that you're trying. So, because this is a very clean thumbnail, it communicates right away, like what I think I'm going to get in the video. I look at it and it says how to get more views on YouTube when nobody's watching. So that has that same formula of, so it doesn't have like the redundancy, right? That one,
yes,
the breakout, but it does tell a story. If you look from the thumbnail to the title and back to the thumbnail, I have a very clear idea of what your video is about.
yes.
So can we open that one and look at the analytics?
Yep. So we're on 62 views for that one.
So you have 62 views. And what's the reach?
The reach is 1,200 impressions with a 3.0 CTR.
So the CTR is lower at 1.2K, but can you go into the early, you're not on 50 days for that one yet. So are you?
Yes, I am on 60 days.
Oh. So this one, because this seems to be like a question that I'm struggling with and I don't have an answer, is you set out to reproduce results. And I think every creator, we're going to find that, and I don't know, this is the theory that I'm constantly testing, but YouTube has its own way of deciding what it promotes. So go back to, can you go back to that video? Because I want to open up some other analytics. So I'm looking at, you had a good video. You felt like you made an amazing video with the CapCut one, and you did. And it took about 50 days for you to see the fruits of that labor. And then you followed it up with a really strong title and concept. And I don't have the video mechanics in front of me, but I would argue that it's still a very good video. Your videos continue to get better as you make them. So we go to those browse features channel. So do you see how you don't have any suggested for that video?
Yep, there's absolutely nothing.
No suggested.
So it's either like percentage of browse features, or so basically YouTube
has decided it's not suggesting it. And this is what I keep seeing, and this is what I don't think people are talking about. This is why I'm building the Creators Association, because YouTube has total control, and we won't see results until YouTube decides to suggest. And I could pull up, and we're not doing my videos today, but I already have enough data. I've made well over 200 videos, and the ones that bring in the most subscribers also have the highest suggested video number.
Well, this is my best performing video after my breakout video.
Okay.
102 views, 1,500 impressions, 3.5 CTR, and 31% suggested. So YouTube is actively pushing this video out.
Right. And so how many days are you out right now? 33.
33.
So this will be interesting because I'm going to make a note. What's the name of this one?
This one is Why CapCut Transitions. Where is it gone? Why CapCut Transitions Fail and How to Fix It.
Okay. So we're going to remember this one, Peter, and we'll talk about probably more in
the next 2 weeks, this video could potentially start to really pick up traction.
Right, because let's look at the earlier metrics. So pull up the metrics again, if you don't mind. So this is where we're peeling it apart, and we're like, so YouTube likes this one. YouTube's promoting this one. He's getting lots of suggestions, and his trajectory is already higher. But here's the thing, and this is what's going to be really interesting to me, Peter, is your thumbnail click-through rate is 3.5%.
Yes.
So what's interesting is that other video, for what it's worth, because now you have real data to analyze. It said that your click-through was 5.3% with 38,000 impressions. So already this one is lower impressions and lower click-through. So the argument, or the thing that we're going to want to look at on day 50 is, not only how many impressions you're at, but where's the click-through rate at that point, and does the click-through rate really matter as much? So my working hypothesis is it's the suggestion that matters more than the click-through.
So we can
But that's a working hypothesis.
So there is, let me just see if we can, that one, did it? Yeah, so that one is 5.3% at the moment.
Right.
And
even in the time we've been talking, it's gone from 38.2 to 38.3K.
Yeah.
Because I wrote it down. That's pretty awesome. This is so much fun.
It's just insane. Like let me just close that one. So like, I can't remember what the numbers were that I said, but like 2,853.
For what? I've been writing stuff down.
In the last 48 hours, it's now 306 views. So since we've been talking, it's been another 6 people have watched it. Yeah.
Right. Well, like I said, since I wrote it down, it went from 38.2K impressions to 38.3K impressions. So you don't know where it's going to slow down, but it's such an awesome ride. So thank you for opening this up to the creators community that I'm building and sharing what a breakout looks like. How does it truly impact everything around it? And my working hypothesis is still intact until proven otherwise. And my working hypothesis is that it's what YouTube decides to suggest first. Yeah. And everything else comes from that. And I think that's probably why you came up to your idea of you need 1,000 impressions before you can really decide if it's a title or a thumbnail or a topic. And here's the interesting part to me, because I've really been studying this, as I might not have been sharing as much as I've been studying, but I can't find a logical reason behind why did it like this most recent one of yours, because you can see that the click-through rate is already lower than the other one.
Yeah.
So all those things that we're told, like, oh, well, you got to have a thumbnail that makes people want to click. Well, no, YouTube is promoting this second video clearly when it's not as clickable as some of his other stuff. So that's the question that I don't want to call it the mulligan, but it's this is what we're chasing, people.
I think I'm coming to the realization that although the thumbnail is what gets people to click on the video, but the video itself is what decides whether people stay to watch that video. And if they do decide to stay and watch that video, even if they leave after halfway through the video, if they decide to leave a comment on that video, that is you telling YouTube this video has engagement, and it makes YouTube think, okay, let's send this to more people and see if they find it as interesting. So I think the algorithm is it's not so much a computer system, it's more an indication of human behavior on a mass scale. So like if 100 people,
it's possible, but I still think I'm going to push back on that just slightly. Can we pull up your data real quick?
Yeah. Let me pull up
the crap. How was I going to push back on this? So you're saying engagement, and I want to look at the retention. Can we look at the retention for your breakout video?
Yes, we can. So
Peter has a breakout video. Peter has a breakout. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, so as you can see at the beginning, it drops off more than usual, but then it
we got to put it on the stage. Hold on.
Oh,
all right. So
yeah, so at the let me just do my little, there we go. So at the beginning here, you can see the purple line is dropping off sharper than the gray area. So that says that the video itself lost more viewers in the first 30 seconds than normal. But then after that, more people stayed to watch it than they did towards like in the middle. So because it had above typical retention, that is a
now can you go to the other one that it's actively promoting right now? This the 1.5. Yep. And let's look at the retention on that one.
So it hasn't got a typical retention available for this one.
It doesn't have it yet, which is annoying.
If we say right at 18 seconds, or no, let's go 30 seconds, so 29 seconds, there was 65% of the people were still watching that video.
Right.
After 30 seconds, that's what people tell you. It's the first 30 seconds. So after 30 seconds, 65% of the people were still watching that video. The breakout video, after 30 seconds, how many people had left? After 30 seconds, there was 46% of the people were still watching.
46, right, as opposed to 65. So you lost more people originally, and yet this was still your breakout video. So this is where I'm going to say, I love that you're getting awesome data, because we are going to do a follow-up. Let's plan to do a follow-up in maybe 2 weeks, so that we can see where things have changed. Like, so I'm going to ask you to maybe take a couple of screenshots of your data, like just now, like let's compare the one you picked out before, the one we picked out, the breakout video, and the one that is the best performing since, and get a screenshot of where all these analytics are, so that in 2 weeks we can see how this needle moved. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the breakout video's gotten another 3 views.
Yeah.
So it's just continuing to.
We're watching it, you guys. It's like we've bought Amazon stock at $10.
You can see why I said on the live stream recently that we did with Kyle, that I said that watching the analytics is now fun for me. Yeah.
I love it. I
It's
love
what
the
I
data.
consider to be fun, because you start getting into all the numbers, and then you can start putting those numbers into Claude and working with Claude to analyze things from a really deeper level.
Right. I love strategy. I love strategy. I love the game. So
Yeah.
I love it. And you know, I'm gonna continue like, you know, throwing things at the wall. But the other part I like is exposing
Yeah.
I guess the myths, because what I see happening for a lot of small creators, myself included, I recognized it in myself first and then said, wait a minute here. I'm, you know, what am I chasing? You know, ooh,
Yeah.
squirrel, ooh, bird, you know, like you got to be careful. And that's the only way to be careful is to have the data. Now, you know, the question that's going to come is to people like myself, like I don't have a breakout video. You know, so people are like, well, how can you really get to where Peter is? And it's really, it's a slow grind. But it really is about paying attention and trying to figure out, like, you got to know where you're going. So Peter started with, hey, I want to make evergreen content, and he hasn't deviated from that. He is trying to make tutorial videos. He consistently tries to get better, and he changes up things. And this
When I
breakout video, you changed up a couple of things, right?
Yeah, I mean, when I first started on YouTube, I wasn't doing tutorial videos then. I was doing like creator mindset videos, talking about creator burnout and things like that. And so I had a back catalogue of videos that were telling YouTube my channel was about creator mindset. And then I started doing like um, £100 studio setups. I did a few videos of that, and then that was telling YouTube, okay, so it's a mindset and a technology soft like thing. And then I switched to said, right, I'm doing the video tutorials. And once I started doing the video tutorials, Claude like looked at my channel and said, your channel's a mess. It's
I love Claude.
it's telling YouTube, like, YouTube has got your channel categorized as a mindset and a technology channel when you're actually a video tutorial channel. You're a how-to channel. So Claude highlighted, I think it was like 30, maybe 40 videos, and said, unlist all of these. These videos are not related to what you're doing now. So they're diluting the waters. Unlist them. You don't have to delete
What
them.
day did you do? What day did you do that? Do you remember?
That was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so this is after your breakout video.
Yes.
Okay, just out of curiosity. Okay. See how I'm collecting data? So, but yeah, so this has been a super fun. We're at almost an hour. I like to be mindful of everyone's time, because time is your most valuable asset and the one thing that you should protect. Like, so, thank you, Peter, for sharing your
You're very
analytics.
welcome.
I hope everyone in the crow's nest, I hope small creators that might stumble across this will find value in seeing live what a breakout video looks like, how you got a breakout video.
Yes.
Which you're still trying to figure out on some levels, and because that is kind of how it works.
Yeah.
And as my channel progresses, it becomes more and more about the Creators Association. It's a lot about my journey, because I'm trying to figure this out for myself, and I'm documenting that journey like totally unfiltered. and removing as many obstacles as possible to kind of really figure out what moves the needle. Because at the end of the day, if you're a small creator, the number one question you need to solve for your channel is how to get in the suggested category. And until you figure that out, you are really, it's an uphill battle. And Peter was kind enough to show us, even with his data, and even with this breakout video, Claude is telling him that this one breakout video isn't enough. But he will start to get what we call that lift effect, I believe, as he continues to get subscribers from this breakout video. They're going to go and watch his other videos, and that's going to start lifting those numbers as well. And so that's what we're going to take a look at in 2 weeks. So not next Thursday, but in 2 weeks from today, that Thursday Creator Brainstorm Session, we're going to do a follow-up with Peter. And so I can't wait to see what it shows us.
Me either.
Yeah, I know, right? It's exciting. So thank you if you joined us in the live. This is going to be a premiere. Check out Peter's channel if you have any need for his tutorials. I will tell you, Peter, I have watched. So I've been trying not to get, what's the word? Not to divide my time into learning how to do an edit, because that's not my most valuable asset. My most valuable asset is my strategy.
For you don't need to do anything with DaVinci. It's
no, but I want to. Oh my gosh, I watched your first one and I love it. I will tell you that first one where you're talking about the buckets and organizing your media and the music that you added behind it. I mean, I just wanted to pull up a chair and do DaVinci in that moment. So I'm going to be watching how that video performs, because I actually think it's incredibly good. Incredibly good. So that's my plug. Enough to make me want to go start editing right now. So, and that's all I got. So you have any parting words, Peter?
Yes, I have a very interesting thing for us to touch on next time.
Okay.
I just typed into Claude, what things can improve chances of my videos appearing in the YouTube suggested videos? And it gave me a whole thing of like core mechanics and 5 things that can help your video appear in the YouTube suggested videos. So next
maybe
time
that's what we do. Maybe next Thursday, because we don't want to go through your analytics until we have enough data again.
Yeah.
So maybe we want to do that topic next Thursday.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Like, why don't we try that for now?
Yep.
So,
perfect.
So yeah, if you're interested in watching my creator journey, I do daily, what do you call them, right? I call them raw thoughts. I just do daily
vlogs.
Vlogs. And I'm getting much more structured and systematic about how I'm building on YouTube. So until next week's brainstorm session, you guys follow the story and find your people.
Your tribe.
Bye.
Bye, guys.